Hi everyone, this is Sean. Welcome back to our channel. Please press the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, comment. I'm always looking forward to that dialogue. I appreciate everyone. Guess what, everyone? I found Doug. I finally got to meet Doug in person. The original Doug. If you don't know Doug, he's always usually the first to comment. He appears in the live streams, the premiere videos that I have. He's almost always the first person there. So that's Doug, and I finally met him in person. I can't show you his face, and that's because Doug is a very useful person. If you know what I mean, then you know what I mean. If you know, you know. Anyhow, hey guys, let me talk to you a little bit about Doug. I met a lot of private security officers, a lot of security guards. Doug represents the professional private security standard. He's professional, he's articulate, he's intelligent, and he told me that he will be security until the day that he dies. That's his chosen pathway. That's him. Some of you might not want to go that route, and some of you are thinking about that route, or some of you are already down that route. But that's what he has chosen to do. And for him, security is a topic that touches his heart because that's his bread and butter. He doesn't want to see the industry go south. And it's not just him. He wants the best paveway possible for all private security officers. Remember how I talk about my subscriber base? We're actually at 5,603. Out of that base, I could count on 50 men and women. I could count on them. If I wanted to lead our direction a certain way, I wouldn't even have to look behind me. Maybe 100, but for sure 50. Doug is in that 50. He's probably in the top 10, maybe even top 5. Wouldn't even have to look over my shoulder to see if Doug is following me. Doug has my back, and Doug has your back as well. Let me say this. If you are a security employer in the Los Angeles area, the Orange County area, Riverside area, if you can pay a security officer $45 an hour, reach out to me through email. I'll leave my email in the description box below. And I highly recommend that you hire Doug if he's even open to something like this. I endorse Doug. If you hire him and it doesn't work out, then it didn't work out for both of us. I put my name to that hiring decision. I usually don't endorse anybody. I don't recommend anybody on camera, but Doug is worth over $45 an hour. You want that loyal employee? I see security company owners complaining on YouTube that their employees don't show up. If you treat Doug and anyone else that's similarly situated like him, if you treat that person with respect and you keep your word, you're going to have an employee that's going to show up on post right on time. Every time. And he'll be the most loyal employee ever. Doug has a dream. And his dream is to be a private security firearms instructor. He wants to be a BSIS firearm instructor. That's his dream. I asked Doug. We sat down for about an hour and 20 minutes, maybe an hour and 40 minutes. We had lunch. And I asked him, what are your career goals? And he said, my goal is to be a BSIS firearm instructor. And you know what? That's going to happen. That's going to happen, okay? When he opens his business, Guess who we're going to promote on this channel? We're going to promote Doug. And I'll tell you this. I will sponsor Doug's first student. You got to be a subscriber, though. I will sponsor that person. I don't know how much I'll sponsor you, but it'll be significant, and you'll be Doug's first student. I will sponsor you. So we'll feature Doug as a fireman instructor, and we will help him achieve his goal. Because that's what we do in this channel. That's what we do in this community. I don't even think this is a channel anymore. This is a community. We allow people to have their dreams. Something else I want to mention, guys, and I'm very humbled. Doug paid for my lunch. I had to fight him over it. I grabbed the damn machine to pay, and he grabbed that out of my hands. He said, I got you. Guys, I feel so bad, but at the same time, I'm humbled. And I feel bad because I invited to a luncheon only line staff personnel. Other people were welcome. If you own a security company, you manage a security company, you're welcome to sit down at the table with us. But the call was for line staff, meaning non-supervisory personnel, non-management, just the person who makes security happen every single day. And he, with the money that he makes, he paid for our lunch, guys. You know how humbling that is? Very humbling. I feel like I met a celebrity. I kid you not, guys. If there was Joe Biden and Kamala Harris to my left, and I saw Doug, I'd rather sit down at the table with Doug. I'm not even kidding, guys. If I saw Kim Kardashian on the left and I saw Doug on the right, I'd sit on the right. If I saw, I don't know, Britney Spears on the left and I saw Doug on the right, I go to Doug's table. Not even kidding. Let's talk about our fight for security. Guys, I'm out there networking with line staff people. And by the way, line staff refers to that person who might have supervisory authority, but not managerial authority. It's, again, the person that makes it happen every single day. But I'm networking as much as I can. And I'm preparing for this long fight. You see, the Nationals, as one of our subscribers and fellow YouTube content creators, Michael, would say, the Nationals consist of Securitas, they consist of Allied Universal, and there are some other companies. I think another company that consists of the third company. These companies are trying to they're trying to create a market for them while washing out private security, all these other small security companies, even the mid-sized ones. They're trying to wash them out. That's what Assembly Bill 1244 essentially does. Okay, guys, some of you are wondering, what is this petition doing anything? Are you making an impact? And I'll say this, we are making an impact. We lost Christian Lacar in Allen, Texas, private security officer for Allied Universal, who lost his life in the line of duty during an active killer event. Immediately after his death, Steve Jones, the CEO of Allied Universal, made a public statement that he's sorry for the loss. He's contacted the family. He appreciates all the hard work that the men and women of Allied Universal put together on a daily basis. It was an inspiring and leading email. The leadership qualities were there on the email. I saw the email myself. Now, that's the first time that I saw a response like this from Steve Jones or Allied Universal. Now, I have never worked for Allied Universal. I don't know if there's ever an active shooter event or an event that was of significance, where Steve Jones published a statement right away. Why was that statement published right away? Just think about that. Is it because of what we're doing on this channel? We have 5,600 subscribers, over 5,600 subscribers. Is the word getting out? Think about it, guys. Is the word getting out? And I would argue that the word is getting out. That we're making an impact, and this channel, this community is a threat to the nationals. I'll tell you this. I spoke up at the BSIS committee meeting. My right-hand man, T, spoke up, articulate, intelligent, courageous. There was another person who spoke up. I don't know if he's a subscriber or not. What I mentioned was this, that Saga, okay, Saga is the organization that represents security in California, and they are the organization that pushed Assembly Bill 1244 forward. I mentioned that Saga represents the top security companies in California and in the United States. Look who they have on their board, guys. Allied Universal, Securitas, I think it's St. Moritz. Black Knight Patrol is on that staff as well. I sent emails to every single board of director, every regional director, and I got a response from one person, David Chandler. We talked for a good amount of time. I actually have a lot of respect for David because he was flat out honest with me. I don't like the answers that he gave me. I don't feel like it's fair what Saga's doing, but was honest with me, guys. Didn't hold anything back. So when I mentioned that to BSIS, that Saga represents the top security companies, they don't represent, I told them they do not represent the security industry. Something happened. So that BSIS committee meeting was supposed to be published on YouTube, on their Department of Consumer Affairs channel. They usually publish it within 2 weeks. I've seen nothing, guys. They publish nothing. Isn't that a little bit suspicious to you? Is there a reason why BSIS doesn't want to get that committee meeting out there for the general public? Or am I just being overcautious or overthinking this? Because I've seen other departments who are organized under the Department of Consumer Affairs. And by the way, guys, in California, Department of Consumer Affairs is the mother executive branch for all these other, like, thousands of different licenses. So you could, in California, in order to cut hair, you need a cosmetology license. In order to be a chiropractor, you need a chiropractor license. In order to do physical therapy, you need a physical therapy license. There's a whole lot of different divisions and departments under Department of Consumer Affairs. If you want a guard card, that's the BSIS, the Bureau of Security Investigative Services. So that organization, Department of Consumer Affairs, is the mother of all these organizations. They've published nothing on the BSIS meeting. But all of these other organizations, their committee meetings were published within 3 days, 2 days, 1 day after their video was made. Okay? Let me show you what my goals are, guys. I don't know if you guys watch on YouTube Meet Kevin. That's Kevin Pelrath. Anyhow, he has a YouTube channel. I started watching him at 300,000 subscribers. He's at, I want to say 3 million or 2 million. He had so much influence over his channel that he was able to run for governor. And had I want to say, the best chance possible. He was just right under Gavin Newsom. There was another Democrat that ran, and I think Kevin he may have been the third in the Democratic Party, but he got so many hundreds of thousands of votes, actually made an impact. If I could run for governor, I would do it. But the reality is, guys, I couldn't do that with this small security community. I mean, it's so small or tight niched. I wouldn't be able to, and I'm not a millionaire. I don't even have hundreds of thousands. Last month, I had $60 in my bank account. I'm not even kidding, guys. $60. So that's something that I can't do. But what I could do is make an impact like Kevin did in the security community. That is my goal. And in the not too distant future, my ultimate goal is for somebody to approach Steve Jones and let him know that Sean said hi. That's my goal, guys. Once Steve Jones, CEO of Allied Universal, once he gets the message that Sean said hi, we have made an impact already. And we're all forming strategies, guys. I want us to be so powerful in this community that we have the power to strike. In San Francisco, thank you, T, for forwarding me this information. They want to take away the firearms for armed security. They don't want armed security to be drawing firearms in property crimes. You already can't draw a firearm in a property crime unless your life or someone else is in danger. But if that's the case in a retail environment, if your life or someone else's life is in danger, it's not a property crime. It's a crime against a person. It's a robbery. It's a 211. It's a penal code in California for robbery. But that's what they're trying to do. They're slowly trying to disarm security. I want to be so powerful so that we have striking power, and at any moment's notice, we'll call a strike, and a lot of these posts out there will be unmanned. That's my ultimate goal, is to be able to have that power. You want to create laws against private security? You want them to not be able to defend themselves? Okay, that's fine. First off, police, and this has no impact on how I perform as a public servant. This is just my opinion, but police, they don't want to go out there and be police officers. They want to meet the bare minimum standards, because if they go out there and be a little bit proactive, there is state law and public sentiment that works against them. They don't feel supported at all. Less proactivity creates more crime. So what do politicians do? We could just hire security to protect us. Remember, a lot of these politicians have businesses. These movie stars, okay, who are anti-2A, anti-gun. They're out there making these statements about taking away our right to defend ourselves. They don't realize that they have private security protecting them. And I want to be able to call on every executive protection agent to strike at any moment's notice. And by strike, I mean not even showing up to work. I'm not playing any games, guys. And I hope that some of you are with me. I know that there's a lot of security company owners that watch this channel who don't like the content I'm putting out, who don't like me talking about AB 1244, because they don't care, because they already have their security business. But that's fine. I'm going to lead the good fight, guys. And I need your help. And I know I have help now. I know that there's at least 50 people behind me, and I don't even need to look back. That's how impactful we're going to get. In the course of doing this, this channel would be demonetized many times over and over and over again. This channel might even be removed from YouTube. And I'm calling on all of the content creators out there that are in the private security sector. We need to band together. Because when I vanish from YouTube, I would hope and expect that our fellow security content creators would continue to fight the good fight for us. And I think that they will. I have the utmost confidence with the other security channels out there. There's some that have departed from this community, and that's fine. Some feel like, hey, Sean is just going way too political. At the end of the day, you got to be in this fight, you guys. And I know some of you are in it for the short run. You want to just do your security work for a year or 2 years and then go back to some other career, and that's fine. I know a lot of people that have done that, thought that they're going to be security for a year, and they end up doing it for 20 years, 30 years, 40, 50 years, 5 years, 6 years. We're going to do this, guys. We're going to organize. Okay? Now, I can't do this by myself. I don't work in private security. I work in law enforcement. I work in education. So if you have that thrive, and I know that you do, you got to help me. Okay? If you are an organizer, you know of a way how we can create a union, create our own voice, let me know. How are we going to do this? I mean, we got to get organized. We can talk to those politicians, and we're going to do that, but at the end of the day, they're going to want to know, who do you represent? Okay, what's the name of your group? What's your name of your organization? Well, it's Saga. That's all there is right now. It's Saga. Okay? So if you know how to do this, let us know, guys. The cost of freedom, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, it does not come free. Okay? There's going to have to be membership dues, union dues. That's necessary. I don't know if you guys been following the NRA, but there's another organization called the Firearms Policy Coalition. I don't believe that the NRA has our fight, and I mean all the way in California. They do fight significantly for California, for Californians, but the Firearms Policy Coalition, they've been really the most impactful, and also the California Rifle and Pistol Club or Association. They've been very instrumental in this fight to keep on bear arms in California. Okay? Basically, that's what I want us to be, is kind of like the Firearms Policy Coalition, but in a private security context. So that's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready for the fight and man your battle stations.